In the gleaming, multifaceted central computer core of the Krellian Academy, another student simulation stood in stark contrast to that of Zalera Vox. This student, Varnik Solis, took a markedly different approach in his creation of a universe. Varnik's guiding principle was to prioritize quantity over quality, focusing on the proliferation of life across a densely packed cosmos. Varnik's simulation aimed to explore the dynamics of a universe teeming with life, where the majority of stars harbored habitable planets. His objective was to observe how civilizations would develop in a context of extreme abundance and relentless competition. Would this lead to unparalleled technological advancements, or would it result in endless conflict and destruction? Varnik programmed his universe with the parameter that 60% of all stars would possess habitable planets. Many of these star systems contained multiple planets with the potential for life, each fostering unique evolutionary paths. The sheer density of life forms across the cosmos was staggering. From the frozen tundras of distant planets to the lush jungles of tropical worlds, sentient species emerged in every conceivable environment. The initial stages of evolution on these worlds were marked by a rich tapestry of biodiversity. Species with remarkable adaptations and unique survival strategies thrived, each one carving out a niche in its respective ecosystem. The potential for diverse cultures and civilizations was immense. As sentient species began to develop rudimentary civilizations, the dynamics of interspecies interactions took center stage. Early encounters between different civilizations were often fraught with tension. Competition for resources, territorial disputes, and cultural misunderstandings led to frequent conflicts. In Varnik's universe, alliances were rare and short-lived. The inherent drive for survival and expansion overshadowed any attempts at cooperation. Civilizations quickly realized that in a universe of such high density and competition, the only way to ensure their survival was through domination and conquest. One of the most significant challenges faced by these burgeoning civilizations was the finite nature of resources. Although Varnik had populated his universe with numerous habitable planets, the raw materials necessary for technological advancement and expansion remained limited. This scarcity fueled intense competition and conflict. Mining operations on asteroid belts and resource-rich planets became flashpoints for interstellar wars. Entire star systems were often devastated in the struggle to control valuable resources. The technological advancements that did emerge were primarily driven by the necessities of war and survival, rather than peaceful scientific exploration. As civilizations clashed, the landscape of the galaxy shifted continuously. Empires rose to power through ruthless conquests, only to be toppled by emerging rivals. The cycle of rise and fall became a defining characteristic of Varnik's universe. No empire could maintain dominance for long in such a tumultuous and competitive environment. Each fallen empire left behind a legacy of technological innovations, cultural artifacts, and, more often than not, devastated worlds. The knowledge and technologies of these extinct civilizations were frequently scavenged and repurposed by their successors, leading to a patchwork of advancements and regressions across the galaxy. In this universe of ceaseless conflict, a few civilizations managed to escape their home planets and establish themselves as interstellar powers. These civilizations were characterized by their ability to adapt and innovate in the face of relentless adversity. They developed advanced propulsion systems, allowing them to traverse the vast distances of space and establish colonies on distant worlds. However, the establishment of interstellar empires did not bring stability. Instead, it escalated the scale and intensity of conflicts. Starfleets clashed in epic battles, and entire worlds were reduced to rubble. The galaxy became a stage for a grand game of King of the Hill, where the dominant civilization constantly shifted as new contenders emerged and old powers fell. The relentless conflicts led to a prolonged dark age in Varnik's universe. The constant state of war drained resources and stifled scientific progress. Civilizations that might have otherwise reached the heights of a Class I civilization were instead locked in a perpetual struggle for survival. Technological advancements were primarily focused on military applications, leaving little room for peaceful development or cultural enrichment. During this dark age, countless species went extinct. Planets that were once vibrant and teeming with life became barren wastelands. The few civilizations that managed to endure did so by adopting increasingly aggressive and militaristic strategies. The ethos of the galaxy shifted towards a survival of the fittest mentality, where only the strongest and most ruthless could hope to prevail. Against this backdrop of chaos and destruction, one civilization began to pull ahead of the others. The Zephrinians, a species originating from a planet on the fringe of the galaxy, displayed an extraordinary combination of adaptability, technological ingenuity, and sheer determination. Through a series of decisive victories and strategic alliances, they began to consolidate power and resources. The Zephrinians implemented a highly efficient system of governance and military organization, allowing them to outmaneuver and outlast their rivals. They developed advanced technologies that provided them with a significant edge in combat and resource acquisition. Their starships, powered by cutting-edge propulsion systems, could traverse the galaxy with unprecedented speed and precision. Over the course of billions of years, the Zephrinians waged a relentless campaign to conquer the galaxy. They systematically targeted key resource-rich systems and strategic locations, neutralizing any potential threats with ruthless efficiency. Their approach to warfare was both methodical and brutal, leaving no room for rebellion or dissent. As they expanded their empire, the Zephrinians integrated the remnants of conquered civilizations into their own. They absorbed the technological and cultural advancements of their fallen rivals, further enhancing their own capabilities. Their empire grew to encompass vast regions of the galaxy, each governed by a tightly controlled hierarchy. In the final billion years of the simulation, the Zephrinians made a concerted effort to achieve the status of a Class 3 civilization. They harnessed the energy output of entire star systems, creating massive Dyson spheres and other megastructures to sustain their ever-growing empire. Their technological advancements reached unparalleled heights, allowing them to manipulate matter and energy on a cosmic scale. The Zephrinian society became increasingly stratified and authoritarian, with a central leadership that exerted absolute control over every aspect of life. Despite the oppressive nature of their regime, their citizens enjoyed unparalleled technological and material prosperity. The Zephrinians achieved feats that were previously thought impossible, such as the ability to terraform planets and create artificial stars. In the final moments of the 100 billion-year simulation, the Zephrinians stood unchallenged as the dominant power in the galaxy. They had achieved the status of a Class 3 civilization, their empire built upon the bones of countless species and planets. Their reign was marked by technological marvels and cultural achievements, but also by the relentless conquest and exploitation of their neighbors. Just as the Zephrinians solidified their control over the galaxy, the simulation reached its predetermined end. The central computer core of the Krellian Academy, following its programming, initiated the shutdown sequence. The Zephrinians, on the brink of eternal dominance, were suddenly and abruptly halted. The simulation was turned off, and their universe ceased to exist. Varnick Solis, like all Krellian students, was required to review the outcomes of his simulation. The sheer scale of conflict and destruction in his universe offered valuable insights into the dynamics of competition and cooperation. Varnick's experiment had demonstrated the potential for rapid technological advancement driven by the pressures of war and scarcity, but it also highlighted the cost of such progress. The Krellian educators recognized the merit in Varnick's approach, but they also noted the ethical and philosophical implications of creating a universe defined by conflict. The lessons learned from this simulation would inform future generations of Krellian students, shaping their understanding of the delicate balance between growth and destruction. The larger context. As with the other Krellian simulations, Varnick's universe existed within a larger context. It was part of a grand educational exercise, a simulation within the advanced reality of the Krellians. The insights gained from these exercises contributed to the collective knowledge and wisdom of the Krellian civilization. Unbeknownst to the Krellians, their own reality was also a simulation, created by the children of a Class 6 civilization. These higher beings used the Krellian simulations to explore the complexities of creation, governance, and the development of sentient life. Each layer of simulation added depth and richness to the understanding of the multiverse. The Class 6 civilization, the true baseline reality, existed in a realm of unimaginable power and majesty. Their mastery over the fundamental forces of the universe allowed them to create and manipulate entire realities with ease. They existed as beings of pure energy and consciousness, capable of perceiving and interacting with all possible dimensions simultaneously. In their realm, the Class 6 beings engaged in grand projects that spanned eons, exploring the deepest mysteries of existence and contemplating the nature of reality. They created simulations like those of the Krellians as educational tools, using them to teach their young about the principles of creation and the responsibilities of power. The story of Varnick Solis simulation and the Zephrinians' rise and fall was but one chapter in the infinite tapestry of the multiverse. Each simulation, each layer of reality, contributed to the greater understanding of existence. The lessons learned from these exercises informed the actions and philosophies of higher beings, guiding their